Heartwarming truth revealed, billionaire grandma uncovers amazing necklace hidden on Waitress. Lily, the bright-eyed waitress at Good Eats Diner, rushed through her morning routine like a whirlwind. With her chestnut hair pulled into a messy bun and an apron tied snugly around her waist, she was as ready as she could be for her shift. For Lily, every day was a challenge, a way to chip away at her family's struggles. Her single mother worked tirelessly, juggling multiple jobs to keep food on the table, and her two younger siblings looked up to her like some sort of hero. The sweet, sparkling dream of launching her own jewelry business would splash vibrant color across her otherwise gray canvas, if only she could find a way to make it happen. On that chilly fall afternoon, the diner buzzed with laughter and the comforting aroma of bacon sizzling on the grill. As busy as the bustling place was, Lily tackled her tables with a relentless smile, her heart fueled by love and responsibility. Suddenly, an unusual presence graced the diner. Eleanor, the estranged billionaire grandmother, slipped inside, her fur coat trailing behind her like a soft cloud. The locals exchanged whispers, knowing all too well this woman's peculiar refusal to embrace her family's wealth. As Eleanor sat in a booth, the whispers turned into anxious glances, and amid the clinking plates and chatter, something extraordinary began to unfold. Eleanor couldn't help but scan the menu, but the moment her eyes fell on Lily's warm smile, an unexpected wave of nostalgia washed over her. They struck up a conversation, filled with pancakes drenched in syrup, laughter, and the sharing of dreams. Lily spoke passionately about her desire to create beautiful jewelry, each piece imbued with the strength and love drawn from her family's struggles. Unknowingly, she reignited something deep inside Eleanor, a flicker of values gone dormant, a reminder that hard work and compassion mattered more than wealth. But back in Eleanor's lavish world, her family's demands loomed heavy. They saw her lifestyle as disgraceful and pushed her towards investing in their flashy new restaurant, hoping to regain status. Torn between family loyalty and the heartfelt connection with Lily, she felt the weight of their expectations. Just when Eleanor resolved to take a leap and support Lily's budding dreams, fate intervened. A family acquaintance entered the diner, his eyes narrowing as he recognized Lily. The revelation, exploding into the atmosphere like a firework, sent shockwaves through the diner. Shock mixed with disbelief. This young waitress, glowing with ambition, shared a hidden heritage with Eleanor's elite family. The bustling sounds faded into silence, leaving the heartbeats of both women echoing in the quiet. The clash of worlds stirred something profound within Eleanor. Faced with this new uncertainty, she grappled with an emotional precipice. What was true worth? Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. As hearts raced and lives intertwined, the diner transformed into a stage of revelation. The two women stood at the brink, tangled in uncertainty and potential. Would Eleanor choose to invest in Lily's dreams? What hidden truths lay beneath the shimmering surface of their lives? The diner hung in pregnant silence, brimming with possibilities, leaving everyone yearning for resolution. Eleanor's eyes widened, the recognition hitting her like a wave. She felt herself sway, gripping the edge of the table as the words from the acquaintance spun in her mind. Can you believe it? A common waitress in our family. This is going to change everything. It was as if a hidden door had been swung wide open, revealing a truth she had been too frightened to confront. Lily's cheeks flushed with shock, her usual confident demeanor replaced with uncertainty. She looked at Eleanor, searching for some hint of understanding, but all she found was a shadow of conflict dancing in her grandmother's expression. What do you mean, part of the family? Lily's voice shook with disbelief. Eleanor stood, her body frozen between two worlds, the one that demanded loyalty and expectation, and the other that called for compassion and a leap of faith. She couldn't ignore the poignant similarities between them. The heart in Lily's eyes mirrored her own youthful spirit. The dreams they shared suddenly felt like threads of a tapestry woven by fate. "Your mother, she's my daughter," Eleanor finally managed to breathe out, every word wrapping around the silence that enveloped them. "She designed her life to break away from our world when she left, for a better one, I suppose." The diners around them leaned in, eyes wide, breathless. Lily's heart raced. "My mom? She never spoke about you or anything." It dawned on her that all those tales of hardship her mother spun were intertwined with a family legacy of wealth just beyond reach. The implications roared through her like a familiar storm. "Is that why we struggled? Because she wouldn't let me have this?" Eleanor shook her head, heart aching for the granddaughter she never knew. "It wasn't that simple. She wanted freedom from the expectations and power that come with our name." Emotion tightened in Lily's throat. "And you? What do you want?" The question hung in the air, charged with intensity. Eleanor took a deep breath. "I want to reconnect," she whispered, vulnerability spilling over her usually composed facade. "And maybe, I can help you with your dreams." Gasps echoed in the diner as the weight of Eleanor's words hung heavy. The familiar buzz of forks scraping against plates felt distant, the world outside a blurry backdrop. Eleanor's family would fight her for this. They saw power as strength, but here, in this cozy diner surrounded by simple lives, she found clarity in love and purpose. Lily's resolve began to form, a fire igniting within her. "But, what about your family? They want tea like this. They want to control everything." "I'll worry about them," Eleanor said, fierce determination flashing in her eyes. "This moment, this connection, is too precious to ignore. You deserve to see your dreams realized." And just as they began to navigate the emotional tidal wave ahead, the familiar face of a diner regular, a waitress named Jess, slipped into the booth nearby. "I couldn't help but overhear," she said, her voice filled with warmth. "You two have an incredible chance to transform not just your lives, but your family's history as well. You're not alone in this." The resonance of Jess's words seeped into their hearts, kindling hope. There was a way forward, a chance for renewal like they never dreamed. Both women exchanged a look of understanding, an unspoken bond knitting them closer together, but just as the future began to spark with possibility, the door of the diner swung open once more, revealing a looming figure with an expression that promised trouble. Eleanor's family, fierce in their pursuit to keep her legacy intact, had tracked her down. The moment had shifted, and the battle was far from over. How would they face the past while embracing this newfound connection? What ripple effects would spill from this daring choice? The air thickened with uncertainty, and all eyes fell on the unfolding drama. What would happen next? Lily's heart pounded as she gripped the edge of the booth, anxiety swirling in her chest. The figure stepping through the door was a man she recognized from her childhood. He had attended family functions that her mother often avoided. His stern face twisted into a scowl as he surveyed the diner, finally locking onto Eleanor. "Eleanor!" he bellowed, striding over with determined intent. "What in the world do you think you're doing?" Eleanor straightened, her composure slipping for just a moment. "I'm reconnecting with my family," she replied, her voice steady despite the tremors of uncertainty flickering across her face. Lily felt small, lost in the whirlwind of emotions about to erupt. She glanced at Jess, who stood nearby, visibly uneasy but trying to maintain a supportive smile. The sense of betrayal cut deeper as Lily realized her grandmother's world threatened to drown the precious moment they had just shared. "What kind of nonsense is this?" The man spat, his words sharp as glass. "You think you can waltz back into our lives after all these years? After abandoning your responsibilities?" "Responsibility?" Eleanor shot back, fire igniting in her eyes. "My life is not defined by the weight of your expectations anymore. I want to know my granddaughter." Lily felt a surge of pride, but it quickly dissolved into dread as the man glanced her way, eyes narrowing. So you're Lily. The waitress with dreams larger than she understands. The way he said waitress dripped with disdain. Lily's skin prickled, and she fought the urge to shrink away. Anger surged through her. I'm more than just a waitress, she said defiantly, the words spilling out before she could second-guess herself. I have dreams, just like you or anyone else. Why is that so hard to accept? Listen, he sneered, stepping closer. You may seem like an innocent bystander in this mess, but Eleanor is playing with fire. You have no idea of the consequences that come with this family. Eleanor scoffed, but Lily felt the undertow of doubt weighing down her thoughts. Would her dreams really matter in the shadow of Eleanor's intimidating family? Maybe you're right, Lily said, finding her footing with each word. But I deserve the chance to find out what my dreams actually mean. Besides, it's not solely about bloodlines, it's about who we choose to be. The man's expression flickered, a brief glimpse of surprise crossing his features. But it was swallowed by contempt. You don't belong to this world, and neither does she. You think you're special? You're just a waitress, a commoner. A collective gasp echoed across the diner, the tension palpable. Stop it! Eleanor shouted, stepping between them. You don't get to take away her worth because of your pedigree. We are more than our labels. Labels, Lily echoed, feeling her voice strengthen. Maybe that's all you see, but I refuse to be defined by your standards. As her pulse quickened, determination fueled her voice. I'm not scared of what you all think. Suddenly, the door nudged open again. An older woman, her face familiar to both Lily and Eleanor, walked into the diner. What is going on here? She asked, drawing attention away from the escalating standoff. The crowd had grown quiet, curiosity and tension woven together like a thick thread. Who are you? The man shot, irritation rolling off him in waves. Someone who knows the value of family and the importance of dreams, the woman replied, her gaze flicking between Eleanor and Lily, recognizing the connection as the truth settled in. The conversation shifted, Lily felt the tide turning. Perhaps this was the moment to turn vulnerability into strength, to redefine what it meant to belong. Could Eleanor's family be persuaded to embrace this connection? Would they truly understand what it meant to defy their expectations? The air pulsed with uncertainty, and just as hope sparked between them, a chilling breeze swept through the open door, whispering the lingering dangers that awaited them. What would they risk to break free? The atmosphere in the diner hung thick, a mixture of anticipation and tension as the older woman stepped forward. Her silver hair catching the gleam of the overhead lights, she moved with confidence, like someone who had walked through storms and emerged intact. Estella, Eleanor breathed, her eyes widening. What are you doing here? Estella smiled warmly, a gentle beacon amidst the turmoil, but her gaze flickered to the man who had yet to fully back down. I came to remind everyone here that family isn't just about blood, it's about love, understanding, and forgiveness. I don't need your lectures, Estella, the man snapped, crossing his arms defensively. You don't know what you're talking about. This is a family matter. Family? Estella scoffed. Is it really family if it's built on fear and judgment? Lily deserves to know her heritage, just as much as you seem to think you deserve the power to dictate who she should be. Enough of this nonsense. He barked, his face turning crimson. All of you are foolish. You think you can rewrite history? You think that just by making it sound pretty, you can ignore the truth? Lily could feel the weight of the moment pressing in. Her heart raced at the thought of what truths might need to be uncovered, the hidden layers of Eleanor's past that somehow intertwined with her own. Suddenly, she found herself craving answers. What truth? She asked, finding her voice again. What is so terrible that we can't discuss it? I want to know, not feel lost in the shadows of a family I barely recognize. He eyed her, a mix of disbelief and anger swirling in his expression. You want to know? You're not ready for the truth, little girl. It's easier to wear your dreamscapes than face reality. Eleanor stepped forward, her chin raised defiantly. But sometimes, we have to face reality as a way of claiming our own truth. Lily deserves to know everything about the heritages that tie us together. She deserves to connect with every part of who you claim to be. The diner fell silent, breathless and alert. Slowly, the man's facade cracked, revealing fragile layers beneath. For a heartbeat, moments stretched between them, and Lily could see conflict flickering in his eyes. Just then, Estella broke through the tension, her voice steady. "Lily, bring me your necklace." "What?" Lily asked, rifling through her pockets in confusion. She had long forgotten it, the small charm that had belonged to Eleanor, but now, she felt it tugging at her heartstrings, as if it were waiting for this very moment. With sudden movement, she reached beneath her shirt and pulled the delicate chain from her neck, the charm glinting in the light. It felt heavier in her palm, like a symbol waiting for meaning. Handing it to Estella, she felt the collective anticipation of the diner swell. "Lily," Estella said softly, "this necklace is more than just a piece of jewelry. It holds stories of love, loss, and connection. It connects all of us, and tonight feels like the right time to share its history." "What history?" She could hardly breathe, her heart thudding in her chest. Estella held it up, letting it catch the light. "It reflects not only the lineage of our family, but also the courage to embrace who we are, even when we feel unworthy." With every word, the diner seemed to hold its breath. All eyes focused on the necklace, but Lily felt the weight of their gazes more acutely on herself. What was it about this charm that could change everything? The man shifted, glancing from Estella back to the necklace. "You think a piece of metal can repair years of hurt?" The sarcasm dripped from his tone, but beneath it lay an echo of curiosity. "Maybe not repair," Eleanor said, her voice firm, "but it has the power to reveal truths we've buried deep." As Lily watched, a wave of hope swept over her. She had a feeling that whatever this necklace held, it could bridge the past and present. What secrets lay hidden within its delicate form? Could they unravel the tangled threads of their lives into something beautiful? Together, they stood on the brink of revelation, a moment that could redefine everything they believed about love and family. And just as they were about to uncover it, the door swung open again. The door swung open with a jingle, sending a gust of cold air rushing into the diner. All heads turned, the tension in the room palpable as a newcomer stepped inside, shaking off the chill with a frown. It was a young woman, drenched from a recent downpour, her clothes clinging to her as droplets bounced off her shoulders. She looked around as if drawn by an invisible thread, and Lily's heart raced at the sight of her. "Jess?" Lily gasped. Jess's eyes landed on her, wide in surprise. "What is going on?" "I felt something pulled me here, like a magnet." The energy shifted once again. Estella blinked in surprise, and Eleanor's brows knit together in confusion. The man at the table scowled, his arms crossing defensively as he took a step back. Jess's presence felt electric. It was as if she had walked in with a whisper of possibility, challenging the heavy air that hung over them. "Lily," Jess started, her voice tight. "I got your message about the dinner, but I didn't expect." Her gaze flickered between the parents and Estella, her expression shifting to one of concern. "I didn't mean to interrupt." "You didn't interrupt," Estella said, her tone gentle. "You arrived just in time." Lily's hands trembled as she clutched the necklace again, feeling its weight anchor her, unlike the whirlwind of emotions swirling around them. "Jess, there are things I need to uncover. I think this necklace is connected to all of it. I think it's connected to you too." Jess stepped closer, curiosity etched on her face. "The necklace? What does it have to do with me?" "It's complicated," Lily said, glancing at the man whose face had hardened again. "But I believe it holds the truth about our family." "And yours?" "Family?" Jess echoed, her tone hinting at both intrigue and wariness. Eleanor, stepping forward, added, "This necklace symbolizes more than lineage. It's about love that transcends barriers, secrets begging to be uncovered. Jess, you're part of that story too. The tension thickened like fog. The man at the table scoffed. You think family can just be defined on whims? It's not magic. It's blood and duty. That's where you're wrong, Estella replied firmly, not backing down. Family can be chosen as much as it is given. It's made up of connection, experiences shared. Lily watched Jess's expression, tracing the flicker of understanding in her eyes. So, the necklace, it's not just about ancestry? It's a bridge? Exactly, Estella said. It's a symbol of the ties that bind us, those unseen threads of connection that weave lives together. Jess stepped forward, reaching for the necklace as if testing its energy. Her fingertips brushed the surface, and Lily felt a spark pass between them. What if it reveals more than we expect? What if it shows us our mistakes, our regrets as well? In that moment of reflection, Lily felt a mix of fear and excitement. She didn't just want to uncover the past, she wanted to know the full weight of it, the pain, the love, the lessons. The man shifted again, his jaw tight, wrestling with the tumult of emotions coursing through him too. The doubt in the air felt thick once more, yet Lily felt more certain than ever. As Jess gripped her arm, determination ignited within her. We have to find out what this means. We can't keep living in the shadows of our stories. Just as words hung in the air, the diner's door swung wide open again, revealing not just the drizzle of rain but an unexpected figure emerging from the darkness outside. What awaited them now, and how did this person fit into the tapestry of stories that needed unraveling? As the door creaked open, a figure stepped into the light of the diner, framed by the rain-soaked world outside. It was an older woman, her silver hair glistening like spun silk under the diner's neon lights. She appeared weary yet oddly graceful, wrapped in a faded trench coat that seemed to carry stories of its own. For a moment, silence enveloped the room, curiosity mixed with a tinge of apprehension. Lily squinted, instinctively gripping the necklace tighter. Who is she? She whispered, her heart racing. Jess's gaze flitted between the woman and Lily. I don't know, but she looks familiar. Everyone just freeze for a second, the man at the table interjected, bewilderment painting his features. What are the chances we've got a parade of connections here? Estella stepped forward, her eyes narrowing as she studied the woman. Let us not jump to conclusions. Let her speak. The woman took a few careful steps, scanning the room until her eyes landed on Lily. Recognition flickered like a spark. Lily? Is that you? Her voice was soft but urgent. Do I know you? Lily asked, the unease creeping deep into her bones. The woman took a deep breath and pulled the collar of her coat tighter. I'm Helen. Your grandmother. Lily felt the air rush out of her lungs as gasps resonated around the room. My grandmother? The word felt foreign, like a missing puzzle piece begging to be placed. Eleanor, visibly shaken, clutched her chest. Helen? I thought I lost all of you, Helen interrupted, her voice thick with emotion. But I couldn't let this necklace slip away without finding its way back to you. She pointed at the shimmering pendant in Lily's hand. It holds our family's history, everything we were forced to hide. What do you mean? You've been gone, Jess spoke up, hesitantly. Why now? Helen's expression softened with vulnerability as tears pooled in her eyes. There are secrets in our lineage, Jess, secrets that have kept us apart. I left to protect you all from the turbulence that came with knowing our past. But the day has come to face it together. The tension in the diner began to dissolve, replaced by a mix of hope and unease. But what does this mean? Lily asked, heart racing. What can this necklace reveal? More than you can imagine, Helen stated firmly. It holds the memories of love, loss, and the choices that fractured us. There's forgiveness waiting, and I'm here to help you find it. The electricity in the air shifted, and Jess held her breath, her expression shifting from confusion to determination. We can do this together. All of us. The man at the table pushed a chair back, eyes darting between Helen and the others. So, what? We just sit around and divulge the painful truth like it's no big deal? It is a big deal, Estella interjected, voice steady. Healing doesn't come without a cost, and neither do the truths we avoid. Lily felt her heart racing as hope battled with fear within her. Is it really possible to piece this together? To understand what happened? To unravel the pain? Helen took a step closer, locking eyes with Lily. Yes. It's time to weave the threads together, to embrace what has been lost and find the love that remains. As the room pulsed with emotion, another spark ignited within Lily. She didn't know how they would face these truths, but she was ready to confront what lay ahead. Just then, the diner door swung open once more, casting a long shadow in the doorway. A tall figure loomed, cloaked in mystery, sending a chill down Lily's spine. As the stranger stepped into the light, she blinked in disbelief. It was someone she had never expected to see again. Lily, the figure said, voice steady but raw. We need to talk. And with that, the room grew quiet once more, the weight of revelations hanging heavy in the air. Lily's heart raced as she looked at the newcomer. A rush of emotions collided within her, confusion, anger, an ache of longing. The voice felt like a ghost from her past. It can't be, she whispered to herself, her mind reeling. The stranger stepped further into the light, revealing a familiar face, Ryan, her childhood friend. The same boy who had left town suddenly years ago, vanishing like smoke. His deep-set green eyes searched the room, landing on her with an intensity that sent shivers down her spine. Ryan? She breathed, half expecting him to fade away like a mirage. Yeah, it's me, he replied, his voice steady but laced with uncertainty. I came back to find you. And to understand everything. Helen's brows knitted together, momentarily breaking her focus on Lily. You know her? Ryan nodded slowly, a hint of familiarity softening his serious demeanor. We had something. I thought I'd lost it when I lost Lily. Jess interjected, a look of perplexity crossing her face. Lost what? This is not the time for old feelings. But Helen raised her hand, silencing everyone. No, it matters. Every thread woven into our family's tapestry matters. Ryan, your connection adds a layer to all of this. Lily felt exposed. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Anger flared within her, but confusion kept her rooted in place. Ryan took a few steps closer, a softness in his voice that felt like a bomb. I never wanted to leave, Lily. My family, they had secrets, too. They made choices for me, decisions that cost us both. He gestured to the necklace, still clasped tightly in her hands. I thought it was just a piece of jewelry until I learned it means something far deeper. I came to tell you what I discovered. What have you found? Lily demanded, taking the bait despite the anxiety churning in her stomach. It connects us. Our families were intertwined, long before we even cared to notice, Ryan explained, his breath hitching. And that necklace, it could show paths you never knew existed. Paths holding the answers to why we lost each other. Silence filled the diner, the air thick with unspoken words. Each person sat in their own tangled web of thoughts. How could this man, who had once been her closest ally, have been part of the very fabric of her family's secrets? Estella broke the stillness, her gaze shifting between Lily and Ryan. Sometimes, the past comes crashing into the present, not to hurt us but to guide us. Lily reached for her necklace again, its cool surface grounding her. Could this really be true? Was their destiny written together? Helen stepped forward, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. Love can conquer the wildest storms. But facing the truths, it's what will set us free. Then let us do it. We need to face what is hidden in this necklace, Lily declared, surprising even herself with the resolve in her voice. Just as she spoke, the robust diner doors swung open yet again, causing a draft that sent a tingle through everyone. A new figure stood there, silhouetted against the storm. This one felt entirely different, more ominous. Before the newcomer could speak, Lily's heart pounded harder. Who now? She thought, fear creeping back in. The tension could be felt in every corner of that diner as they all awaited the next revelation, all wondering if this stranger would bring clarity or confusion into their unfolding story. Lily, the stranger called, a voice familiar yet haunting. You don't understand what you're about to uncover. And with that, the backdrop of their messy pasts loomed closer, setting the stage for confrontations they never could have anticipated. The commotion in the diner halted completely. Everyone's gaze shifted to the newcomer, who took a tentative step forward, shaking off the rain that clung to their coat. Lily felt the weight of countless questions pressing against her chest, a suffocating punch of uncertainty filling the air. Who are you? She managed, her voice barely a whisper, yet filled with a fierce intensity. I'm Clara, the stranger replied, pushing back the hood of her drenched coat. With each inch of her face revealed, Lily's heart sank further. The resemblance was uncanny: strong cheekbones, dark hair streaked with silver. It was almost as if she were looking into a mirror from another time. Clara? Jess echoed, her brow furrowing with confusion. Why do you know Lily? Clara's eyes burned with a sense of urgency that matched the rhythmic pounding of Lily's heart. You're not prepared for what's coming, but you need to know the truth about your family. Lily felt the walls of the diner closing in. What do you mean? What truth? Clara took a deep breath, her voice trembling yet determined. I don't have time for pleasantries. Your family's history is tangled with mine, and that necklace you're holding, it's not just a family heirloom. It's a key to secrets hidden deep within both our families. Secrets that have haunted us for generations. Ryan stepped closer, his expression shifting from confusion to intrigue. What kind of secrets? Clara shook her head. Not here. This conversation is too big for this place. We need to go somewhere safe, where no one can eavesdrop. Lily exchanged glances with Helen and Estella, who appeared as lost as she felt. What if we don't want to go with you? She challenged, clutching the necklace tighter. Then you'll be trapped in a cycle of uncertainty, Clara replied, her voice suddenly softening. You want answers, don't you? You deserve to know why your life has felt like a puzzle missing pieces. A low hum of chatter surrounded them, but all Lily could hear was the swift beating of her heart. Could Clara's words possibly hold the truth she had been seeking? The truth that might finally unravel the chaos of her life? Fine, Lily said, her determination hardening. But we go together. You bring us the truth, and we all face it. Clara nodded slowly, relief washing across her face. Good. Meet me at the old oak tree by the river. Tonight. It's where everything began and where it might all end. As she turned to leave, the din of the diner roared back to life. The casual banter of customers didn't seem to notice the intensified emotion hanging in the air. Wait. Ryan called after Clara, but she was already fleeing into the storm, leaving only a whisper of intrigue in her wake. Lily felt torn. She looked at Ryan, whose eyes mirrored her internal struggle. Are we actually going to follow her? Maybe she really does have answers, Ryan said, his voice steady. But we have to be ready for whatever the truth is. Determination coursing through her veins, Lily took a deep breath. Then let us prepare. We can't turn back now. As they exited the diner, the chill of the evening air wrapped around them like a shroud. Questions twisted in Lily's mind. What lay ahead? What would they uncover beneath the weight of secrets spanning generations? She stepped forward, heart racing. With each step towards the old oak, she felt the thrill and fear of the unknown igniting within her. Hitching her breath, she looked up at the darkening sky. What truth are we about to uncover? She wondered aloud, gripping the necklace. And with that question echoing in her mind, the pieces of her future felt precariously balanced, hanging on the brink of revelation. The old oak tree loomed in the distance, its branches twisting like ancient arms reaching towards the sky. As Lily, Ryan, Jess, Helen, and Estella approached, a gust of wind sent a shiver down her spine. She looked at her friends, their faces a mixture of determination and apprehension. "Do you really think this is going to be worth it?" Jess asked, the doubt lingering in her voice. "I don't know, but we have to try," Lily replied, her grip tightening on the necklace. Each step felt heavier, filled with the weight of history and the promise of answers. When they finally reached the tree, the patter of raindrops merging with the evening chorus became the backdrop to their gathering. Clara was already waiting, her silhouette framed against the twilight. She looked smaller somehow, the weight of her purpose pressing down on her shoulders. "You came," Clara said, her voice warm yet edged with tension. "We're here," Ryan asserted, his tone firm. "Now what?" Clara gestured for them to sit in a circle at the foot of the oak. The air felt electric, charged with unspoken truths. "First, I need you to trust me," she began, her eyes sweeping the group. "I know this all feels strange, but I promise I'm not here to hurt you. We are connected, more than you can imagine." Lily felt a knot in her stomach. "Connected how? Just tell us what we need to know." Clara took a deep breath, her fingers fidgeting with the droplets on her jacket. "Your family, there's a legacy that has been hidden. The necklace you hold, it belonged to my grandmother too. We are linked through blood and history, intertwined in ways that shape our destinies." Silence hung heavy, each person processing Clara's words. Lily felt the pulse of confusion and curiosity swirl within her. What kind of legacy? What does it mean? The night deepened around them, the stars blinking into view like ancient eyes watching over their conversation. Clara's voice sank low. "It means we are part of a story much larger than ourselves, one of love, betrayal, and discovery. There are dark corners of our family histories. Secrets buried not just to protect us, but to hide the truth from the world." The sound of rustling leaves accompanied her statement, the tree standing vigil. It felt as if the very earth was listening, holding its breath. Estella shifted nervously. "Why should we believe you? How do we know you're not playing with our emotions?" "Because I have the same questions, the same fears. I've been searching for answers just like you," Clara replied, her tone earnest. "The fight isn't just for understanding, it's for regaining what was wrongfully taken from us." Ryan interjected, "And what exactly was taken? Why is the necklace so significant?" Clara hesitated, her gaze distant. "This necklace is a key to unlocking the truth about our families. Decades ago, something happened between our grandmothers, something that led to a fracture that shaped our lives. But before I reveal everything, I need you to understand the power of what we hold in our hands." Clara's hands trembled as she reached out, her own necklace gleaming in the muted light. "Are you ready to uncover a truth that could change everything?" Lily's heart quickened as she looked at her friends. Could they face the truth Clara was offering, the truth that had haunted them all? "Together then," she said, determination back in her voice. "Together," everyone echoed softly, then Clara took a deep breath. "The moment of truth is here, but I can't promise you it won't hurt. Will you still join me?" As the wind howled softly through the branches, it carried an air of impending revelation. Lily's entire being buzzed with anticipation. "More than ever," she replied, her voice a whisper against the storm, and just like that, the weight of the past loomed before them, the trees bracing for what would soon rush to the surface. What would the truth reveal? The wind whispered secrets as they sat in that circle beneath the old oak. Clara took a deep breath, the weight of decades resting on her words. "Years ago, our families were intertwined in a way that you might not have expected. Your grandmother and mine were best friends, but a betrayal severed their bond, a betrayal that has echoed through generations." Lily's heart raced as Clara's voice painted the picture. "When our grandmothers were young, they founded a jewelry business together. They poured their hearts into every piece, much like your dreams, Lily. But ambition and envy turned friends into rivals. Our grandmother's partnership crumbled, leaving bitterness and secrets behind. The necklace you hold, it's the last connection to that love. It represents the beauty they created but also the pain that followed. Eleanor leaned forward, her eyes glistening. So, your grandmother and mine, they were friends? We had family ties all along? Yes, Clara nodded, pain evident in her voice. Your grandmother, Eleanor, is a part of my story too, one that we've only begun to understand. When the betrayal happened, your grandmother chose wealth over family, while mine was left with the scraps. Lily felt a mix of emotions, each threaded tightly with the love she had for her family and the pain of their separation. So, this necklace isn't just jewelry, it's a symbol of everything lost? Exactly, Clara said, her voice steady. It holds the power to heal and connect us. But you all must choose to face the truth of the past, to confront the hurt and embrace the love that still lingers. Jess, who had been quiet, spoke up. What happens if we discover things we didn't want to know? What if the truth tears us apart even more? Truth can be frightening, Clara replied softly, but it's also a path to freedom. Only by unearthing it can we begin to rewrite our stories, to reclaim what was taken. The night air grew heavy with expectation. We can do this, Lily said, her voice fierce. We've come too far to turn back now. We have to know. I want to know my family, our family. As the silence settled over them, Lily took Clara's hand, feeling a surge of connection pass between them. Let us do this together. We're stronger as a family, even if the term is more than just blood. With that, Clara unclasped her own necklace, revealing a matching piece that shimmered under the moonlight. This is the key to our past, but you must be ready for what it unlocks. Lily held her necklace tightly in her palm. No more fear. We want to understand, not just for ourselves, but for all the families that came before us. I chose to stay in the shadows, but I can't anymore, Clara said, her voice gaining strength. Together, we'll face the darkness, and in the light, we will find our way. You have the power to pave a brighter future, parting from the shadows of your past. Lily could only nod. The energy felt tangible, alive, as if they were on the verge of something monumental. Eleanor squeezed Lily's hand, her voice shaking lightly. Whatever we uncover, we'll face it together. Family means we support each other, no matter the weight. In this journey, we won't just address our pain but forge a new legacy, Helen added, emotion threading through her words. As Clara drew in a deep breath, a sudden gust sent leaves swirling around them, filling the air with a sense of renewal as she began to tell the story of her grandmother's betrayal. It was filled with passion and heartbreak, painted with colors of love mixed with regret, a bittersweet tale that revealed how choices could fracture even the strongest bonds but also how resilience could mend them slowly. With every word, the past began to unveil itself, layer by layer, the pain echoing in their hearts, and the love beckoning them to reach for the connections they had yearned for. When Clara finished, tears flowed freely, each woman finding solace in their shared experiences, each thread woven more tightly into the collective tapestry of their family's journey. Through shared stories and revealed truths, they discovered healing, solidarity, and finally hope. Together, they resolved to honor their history, to ignite their lineage and to reclaim the beauty of their families. A new path sprouting from the ashes of old secrets. As dawn broke on the horizon, marking the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new, they stood hand in hand, ready to embrace their future. A future built not just from their blood but from community, love, and dreams that would no longer be unrealized. Let this necklace be a reminder of how far we've come, Lily said, her heart now full. Together, we can transform our struggles into strength. Tears of joy sparkled in everyone's eyes as they prepared to step into the light, knowing that the journey of uncovering their family's truth had only just begun. Now, the world was theirs to navigate together, no longer burdened by hidden histories but inspired by the truth they had unearthed and the bonds they had forged anew. and that S where they would begin. You need to subscribe now to not miss the next exclusive stories. This is the moment to show your support. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. Comment your reactions and feelings about the ending. Share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. Don't wait not even one more second to share.